Now let's create the classes folder inside of the root of our project, classes, and inside of this classes folder we're going to create the helper. So helper.php. Inside of the helper.php we start with the class definition, so we start with the opening PHP tag, then class helper and two curly brackets. For those of you who are not familiar with classes, obviously we have a number of different tutorials, so you can refer to them to find out a little bit more about object-oriented programming in PHP. We're going to create two static methods, so public static function, and we go for get column and one parameter which will be file, by default set to null. Inside of this method we're going to start with a file equals columns / then file name, then dot php at the end. So that's our file, the path to our file basically. Now if is file, and we give our file name onto this specific function, so if the file exists basically, ob start, which is output buffering, then require once, and we require our file, and then return ob underscore get clean. So that will basically process this file by requiring it, and returns the whole thing as a string to our browser or JavaScript to pass to basically replace the values. The next method will be called public static function, and the name of this method is get content. It's very similar to the previous one, so what I'm going to do basically is to copy all this and paste it inside of this specific method. We obviously need our file as well as parameter, by default null, the same way. Now the only thing is the path will change. It's not going to be columns, it's going to be content. Now obviously you could do it using database and populate these values from the database based on the identity of the page or whatever else, but we using basically using the static files, obviously, as I've explained in the first video. So that's our helper class, and we can now move to the next video.